of the Illuminating the Sacred Path 5-day candle magic challenge. So I want to hear how yesterday went for you, or in this case, last night, because let's be honest, it was pretty late by the time I got day one challenge actually out and published. And I do apologize that it, everything happened the way that it did, but that's to be expected. I had to learn to be patient with myself and to learn to go with the flow and just allow whatever needed to be cleared out to just be cleared out. Just let it go and roll with it. So last night I didn't get an opportunity to really truly show you how to do a smoke cleanse. I feel like this is very important because this is a part of our cleansing process. I really stressed about the importance of, making sure that your space is cleaned up, making sure that it's, halfway organized. If organization is not your strong suit, that is okay. But again, papers off the floor. If you have carpet, make sure that the carpet is vacuumed. There's not crumbs or just visible dirt on the floor. Look, we all have lives, and our houses are lived in. Spirits do not expect perfection. I'll be the first to stress that. But when you're doing very advanced rituals, it is very important to have a cleansed space. So a very cleanly environment, a very cleanly space. Even when you're setting up a crystal grid, because that energy will just amplify and it'll swirl it around. I've actually seen it happen firsthand with clients, with myself, when I got into I'm so tired. I just don't feel like cleaning up my office space, you guys. And that's around the time that I was still remembering my magic and, my abilities and my ability to create chaos magic without even trying. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But today I feel like it's important because I actually feel some heaviness, some residual heaviness in my office. I actually just recently facilitated the High Elven and Fairy event where we did a lot of healing, a lot of cleansing. And I've been doing a lot of heavy magic, a lot of heavy cleaning, for my clients in this office space. And though, I do have the dragons and very high beings, by the way, my necklace is beaming and she wants to say hello. So I'm speaking of, high beings. This is my moonstone necklace, my moonstone piece. She's so gorgeous. I just feel like my office could use a smoke cleanse. So I wanted to just kind of go over the basics. Number one, fire safety. Always use fire safety. That is, that's important. So making sure that you have, something safe to put your safe, whether you have a smoke bundle, a sage bundle, a dragon's blood bundle, whatever it is that you're using. Make sure you have something that you can safely put it in once you're done using the bundle. So this is the bundle that I wrote about in my description. I love this bundle. Like I talked about last night, very masculine, very soothing, very healing. It just loves my heart, and I just love him too. So before we get started, I also want to stress, if you're in a smaller space, kind of like this office, you can't really tell because you can't really see the full room, but it is kind of a smaller room. And I do have a smoke detector, and I can't tell you how many times I have set off the smoke detectors in this house, and it drives me crazy. It drives the dog crazy. Lucy's very sensitive. I obviously, my best friend and owner of the home, she's sensitive to frequencies and sounds, and we're all just so my advice is use your ceiling fan or have a fan in your office or your sacred space, wherever it is that you're setting up that you want to cleanse. If you're outside, obviously that's completely different. But again, outside, use the same common sense that you would use inside, because, just like forest fires, embers can catch very easily if you are not careful. So please use fire safety, use common sense. If you don't know the rules, and regulations of burning incense or anything like that outside, please look up that information at the say like you're at a campground or a nature spot. Just please do your research ahead of time. I cannot stress that enough. I'm very protective of our forest and our land. I feel like Gaia's went through enough, and we just we need practitioners that are being wise and intelligent and mindful about their practices, and not just willy-dilly, oh, I know what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden you have a candle that's like engulfed in flames and setting off the smoke detectors, and you don't know how to put your candle out, and you're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off because you're like, oh my god. Again, no judgment, because I've been there. This is why I'm teaching this challenge and offering this challenge, because I feel like this information is really needed. It is needed to get the basics, but also the understanding of what is true high level magic, because it's not just magic that comes from something outside of us. It is something that comes from within us. It is that dormant ancient soul remembrance that we all carry. We carry magic in our blood. We carry magic in ourselves. And even if someone in your life doesn't believe in magic, and maybe they assume oh, that's witchcraft, that's their belief, that's their opinion, and you don't have to take that on. Those are projections, and you don't have to accept them. Mental magic comes with it. Words are spells. Like look at for example, our Egyptian ancestors, they worked with a variety of different symbols, and they spoke in some code that, not just the hieroglyphics, but different types of codes that, number sequences, symbols, pictograms. There's so many different ways that they spoke through letter, but also through telepathy. And even through telepathy, it's funny because you don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but even through telepathy, they would speak in code because they knew that others that were, highly telepathic could actually understand what they were saying. So it was important for, pharaohs and, even scribes. They had to understand the magic, like the deep, deep, true magic. Hello, Anubis. So Anubis is joining, of course. He wanted to pop in and, just say hello. I actually have a nice surprise coming up. And you'll see when I turn my phone around so that you guys can see how I do my smoke cleanse. So my Egyptian aspect, I have different soul aspects of myself that have lived Egyptian lives. And I actually have a Egyptian mask that kind of represents them, that represents my Egyptian connection for them. And ironically, it is yellow and gold, as well as like a white silver sequence. So today we are working with the color yellow. You could also work with silver blue, kind of like that blue behind me in that curtain. That is associated with the air dragon. So that's what we're going to be working with today, as well as the god Mabon, who apparently he has expressed just a moment ago how he loves my I can't think of what it's called. Give me a second. My Yule log. I actually kept my Yule log all year around, and I've been infusing it with magic, and I really just don't think I want to burn it, even though that's kind of the tradition. But for me, I just felt like, no, I want to keep it, and I want to keep growing, and I want to keep using that sacred magic that I carry, and I want to keep connecting with my truly aligned ancestors and truly aligned soul family. I have a very strong connection to a lot of different gods, goddesses, deities, and very strong souls. and I come from a long line of very strong souls. I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of. I know the depths that I can go with my magic, and I know when to stop. I think that's also something that we need to talk about is, everyone wants that, they see these beautiful grandiose rituals, and like I drool over them too. I'm not going to lie. I think it is just awesome. It is amazing to see, someone have their whole table set up with beautiful, like beautiful candles, group rituals ready to go. But I feel like we need to be honest with ourselves and recognize, as a practitioner, do we have the capacity to hold the energy and protection for ourselves as well as our clients, as well as do we have the energy and the strength to to and the magic. We all have magic, but it's one thing for someone to set up a very elaborate ritual and just, kind of, I'm going to do this. This is, the spell work that I'm going to be casting, etc., etc. But then, having the energy to follow up with it, that is really important too. So I really feel like I'm actually, there are a few witches that I'm very drawn to, and I'm very drawn to their type of magic because it resonates with me. Like our frequencies match, our goals match, and we've been oracles in past lives, and we're galactic soul sisters, and like even though we may have a little bit, like our paths may be a little different, but that's okay because like I cheer her on and she's cheering me on, and we actually do it at a galactic level. It's really funny because like I can tell you, like, and this is not coming from ego, like, this is just my own personal, like, my perspective, my lens of perspective. I can actually look at, someone's offerings and tell you, is that aligned with me? Yes, no, I'm not really feeling it. Like I look at a lot of these Etsy spells, and I'm going to be very real and very raw. A lot of them are not doing what they say they're going to do. That doesn't mean that everyone out there is a charlatan. That doesn't mean that everyone out there is a fake. But I just strongly, strongly, strongly suggest that you use discernment and trust how your body feels when you are, wanting to work with someone, whether that's a tarot reader, an oracle reader, a past life reader, someone that does Akashic record reading, someone that does, like quantum trance, or some form of hypnosis, any type of work that comes into your energy field and wants to scan you and work with your energy and wants to work with your embodiment, you need to be able to trust that healer, practitioner, coach, mentor, guide, whoever it is. And not just on the physical plane. You need to know them on a spiritual plane. That is why I strongly suggest, get to know the guides that you're working with. Get to know the deities that you want to work with. Get to know the gods and goddesses that, you want to work with. Because I'm going to be real. Some of you are not embodying your true power, and it's showing. Jumping from one relationship to the next is not going to fix the pain in your heart chakra, because I've been there. Jumping, from one situation to the next, to the next, to the next, and asking, why is nothing changing? I'm asking for the help. My guides aren't listening. They are listening, but they're trying to teach very valuable lessons. That is where, again, listening to your body makes a difference. But how do we listen to our body if we are out of alignment or we are not fully in the body because there is trauma present in the body? I'm not a trauma coach. I'm not a trauma counselor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not one to, really discuss that on full, like to the full depths. What I can tell you as a Reiki master, as an energy practitioner, as someone, as a high priestess, as someone that, you know, goes in and out of the body often and knows, like I'm constantly, I'm a multidimensional being, I'm a quantum being. I understand when my body is in a place of fear, and when I don't, even when my inner child doesn't want me to come back to the body, I can feel it, like this resistance of like, I don't want to be fully in the body. And 9 times out of 10 for me, it's because there is what is the word I'm looking for? A discomfort is present in the body, and there's usually something linked with that, meaning like there's a root issue that is going on within the body that is causing this discomfort, that is, making it to where I don't want to fully be in my body because, I'm having discomfort, or, I'm having, high levels of anxiety. So I obviously, don't want to be fully present, or I don't want to be fully in the body. But I have found that my ritual work is what helps me stay grounded, focused, here in the present, doing what I am meant to do. I do enjoy reading cards and doing oracle readings, but I do feel like, even as a psychic medium, I enjoy those, but I feel like I go up a little too much and then I have to come back down because there is so much energy that is coming at me and bombarding me with information. It's between your energy field and my energy field. Again, this is why we stress protection. We stress protection, comfort in the body, a relaxed nervous system, grounding, not just for you, but for your clients as well. That is also something else that I want to stress. When you are working with somebody, it's not just about, I'm going to light this candle, we're going to set these intentions, and we're going to get this done. We're going to clear these obstacles and we're going to call it a day. Your clients, whether they're paid clients, whether they're, a friend, a family, or just someone that you really want to help out, they need to feel comfortable and they need to feel trusting in your presence. They are asking you to do, to solve a problem for them. And so therefore you need to be in your fullest, your full embodiment. You need to be in your highest vibration. You need to be, you can't allow your emotions to get in the way of your ritual work. That is why, and I'm coming back to this for, I'm sharing all this for a reason. So I'm swinging back to why we're talking about this. But this is why it's important to not only cleanse your sacred space, but to cleanse your body as well. And you can even call in your client's higher self. If you're working with someone, you can actually call in their higher self and ask them, even if you don't see them, ask them, please stand in front of me as I cleanse you, with this smoke. And it will help your client, it will help you, it will help the energy as a whole. And it's so funny because sometimes I need to go back and like listen to my own words, because there's just so much. There's so much to a ritual. For me, it's the setting up. It's, getting with the client and making sure, are you sure today is a good day? How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? Doing the check-in with my people, doing the check-in with my own team, doing a scan of the energy. Is it in alignment? Is there something blocking? Is there energy that needs to be moved? There is so much that goes into a high level ritual. And it doesn't matter if I'm doing this inside, outside, connected with nature. It does not matter. I am very strict about my routines and how a ritual is to be done, because if you don't have control of your ritual, something else will take control of your ritual. Again, why we cleanse, why we add protection, why we just clear our bodies, clear our space, and call in the help and the guides that we need to make sure that nothing infiltrates or causes an issue with the type of ritual that you are doing. So for now, I'm going to go ahead, and you probably won't hear me because when I set the phone down on my phone stand, it actually gets kind of muffled. But I am going to light up my beautiful masculine smoke wand, and I'm going to clear the space over here, and you'll kind of see how it is done. And then I will turn the phone, flip it around so that you can see how I cleanse myself as well. That gives you a general idea. And if you don't have a smoke wand like this, feel free to use an incense stick. You would be surprised how much, how much an incense stick can accomplish in just one moment. I love dragon's blood. Oh, I just love dragon's blood. It is purifying, it's clearing. It's just a very high vibrational type of incense. Oh, excuse me, moving a lot of energy through that heart chakra. But there's so many different types of incense that you can find locally. You can order some. You can even make your own incense cones. There's so many options out there. So before we begin lighting up your sage bundle, your smoke bundle, or even your incense, you actually want to take this and you want to connect with your heart chakra. So your heart chakra is exactly where my necklace is located. So in between the breastbone, so about right here. And we're just going to take a moment we're going to close our eyes and we're going to connect with the sage bundle or the smoke bundle. And we're going to just mentally set our intentions and visualize white light going into the sage bundle the smoke bundle, going from our heart chakra, our heart space, going into the smoke bundle, and any other intentions that you would like to set. So let's do that now. I am feeling the need to move my hips as I call in this beautiful protective white source light. It is unconditional love. It is unconditional protection. And I am so grateful for this divine masculine support. With this divine masculine support, I am able to flow through my divine feminine energy. I am able to create and birth through my divine feminine energy. I can relax and flow within my divine feminine energy because I know that my divine masculine energy is protective. I am surrounded by protection. I am surrounded by love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so that is generally how I would begin working with my smoke bundle. So again, I'm going to set the phone down on the phone stand. And again, you probably just won't hear me because it gets really muffled, but you will get to see how this works. So bear with me here as I adjust everything. Okay, and as you can see, I'm just kind of going over everything. And as we work with the air dragons today, this will be very beneficial for them. Ooh, I can feel the energy lifting. Oh my gosh, you guys. Slightly embarrassed. Probably should have done this a couple days ago. Under my table. And again, make sure you have a fan going, ceiling fan or a fan in the background. Get Buddha back there, Gaia, Goddess Bridget. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here. I have a crystal grid that I've been talking about over here. My beautiful cards, they love to be saged. Kind of low, running low on smoke, so give me a minute here. I'm going to get this going. I'm going to get this going more. I like to even get under the table because energy gets under there. Just kind of move that energy around. Wherever you feel led, just get it cleansed. All right, my beautiful crystal grid mirror. This is my beauty. She is my honker. Oh my gosh, she is just so strong. I'm so grateful. Oh, I gotta get this on. This crystal really needs some help. Sorry, I'm just really going crazy with this bundle. Oh. Like I said, if you do a lot of magic in your sacred space, it's really important to cleanse. Depending on how many rituals you're doing in one time, you should probably cleanse, once or twice a month with a smoke cleanse, like a heavy duty smoke cleanse like I'm doing right now. Incense, probably once or twice a week if possible. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this around over here. Let's clean our computer because that's important too. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see me. Okay, so I'm actually going to set my phone down, and I'm going to try to get most of my upper body so that you can see the process. Okay. We officially did it, guys. We set off the smoke detector. We are officially pros. So yeah, I apologize if you heard that really loud, obnoxious beeping. I'm going to put that in the description that at the time that it goes off, just kind of as a heads up. But yeah, that does happen. So what do we do with it after, we are done using it? So I'm actually going to turn my camera around again. So right now I currently have it propped up, letting it just kind of smoke out, kind of fizzle out. You obviously, I'm going to get something else for this smoke one, to a thing of salt that I can put it in. But for now, it was a quick fix so I could get the fan turned around. Okay. And then if you have any of your pieces left, little, of your smoke bundle, little pieces left, you can save those and use those in a little offering dish. That works fine. But that is officially a wrap on how you would do a smoke cleanse and how you set off your smoke detectors. I mean, come on, we got to admit that was kind of funny. And so please follow me again. We are going to move on to the next one, on to the next video, which is day 2 of Illuminating Your Sacred Path. Illuminating the Sacred Path 5-day Candle Magic Challenge. That one's going to be a really good one. I felt last night was really, really awesome, so I can't wait to see what today brings. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one.